to another brand new video. In this video, we actually have a very interesing topic, and it's basically like whoever is actually winning the console war going on right now. But we actually have all the brand new sales figures for the PlayStation 5, the Xbox Series X, and also the Switch. And the numbers are actually a little bit more surprising than we're actually expecting. So in case you guys want to go and find out now, just see like how they're doing, I think as of now, we have officially also hit the PlayStation 5 hitting over 10 million sales, which I think is actually honestly pretty insane, especially for how short-lived this console is, and also how hard it is to actually even go get the console in the first place. So we have a lot of cool stuff, a lot of cool numbers, a lot of cool things we're going to show you guys. So if you guys will stay tuned and enjoy as well. If any of you guys are brand new, make sure you guys are subscribed for the brand new PS5 giveaway on the channel itself. Notifications on the channel too as well, if you guys want to go and pop that up for that. As well, we also have the Amazon links down below for the PS5 disc and digital console controller as well. Also for the Twitter and Twitch stream if you guys want to hang out and just hang out in chills or playing games. And of course, sign up for Weeble, deposit $100. You guys go get free stack, free money, and Coinbase, you guys go buy $100 worth of any cryptocurrency. You guys go and get free Bitcoin, and let's actually go dive in the video itself. So as I'm talking about over here, there actually is a lot of really interesting and good news when it comes to the PS5, Xbox, and Xbox Series S, and also the launch sales. So this is basically an article over here from VG Charts that actually does have all the actual weekly sales going on for the past like few weeks. And it's always very shocking because it's always insane to see how well the Switch has been doing and also how well both these two consoles have been doing together. Now, some of the sales numbers are sometimes a little bit different because it depends on when they officially release and all that. So these are really good numbers to kind of look at in general because there's a more mixture of proper numbers, but also predictions too as well. So we pretty much, I think at this point already know the PS5 has done over 10 million in sales. So let's go dive on into it. So is this over from William D'Angelo? Basically, this will be the weekly mini-series compares the aligned launch sales of the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and the Nintendo Switch. It should be noted that the Nintendo Switch and Xbox Series X and S had a worldwide launch, while the PlayStation 5 launch was split over the course of 2 weeks. Also, the Nintendo Switch launched in March 2017. I'm sure you guys all know that, while the PlayStation 5 and Xbox is a little bit more on this, like, more local time, at least compared to the Switch. So very first numbers to go look at, too. It's just absolutely crazy on one, how well the PlayStation 5 is doing, like, on the trajectory wise, and also number two, and how kind of mediocre the Xbox is. Now, if you look at these numbers, we're probably guessing around like a 5 million Xbox, as well as also like a 10 million PS5. But it's almost insane that basically PlayStation's been more so doubling the actual sales. But in terms of a general console and like console wars and such, the Xbox actually getting this is absolutely good. Like this is insanely good. But also just the PS5 has been breaking massive records. And the same too as well with the Switch. You can kind of go and see like how high the massive production goes as time goes on. So if Sony kind of keeps up this trajectory, that actually may go and match it, but it looks like it might actually have the Switch kind of pulling out a little bit faster depending on, how they actually kind of do these next few months. But of course, with the Christmas coming up too as well and Black Friday in the next few months, I'm sure it's going to be another straight up line for all these consoles, even the Xbox. But very intriguing to go and see. And all the overall global estimates over here, we have 10,009,000 PS5 consoles. That's like pretty spot, not fully, but very spot on. The Switch overall would also be at 7.1 million, while the Xbox Series X and S would be at 6 million, rounding up. So throughout the first 32 weeks available worldwide, the PlayStation 5 is actually ahead of both how the Switch, when they did their launch cycle, and the Xbox Series X and S by a fair margin. The PS5 is ahead of the Switch by 2.89 million units, and that just kind of shows on how strong and how well these PlayStation sales have been, and also probably a really big reason on why they're always out of stock, because like all these millions of people want to get it, even now. And as well as also 4 million units ahead of the Xbox Series X and S. The Switch is ahead of the Xbox Series S and S by 1 million. So basically, Nintendo is just still taking over every market share of pretty much any mom, any young family, and any kid out there. So also the numbers too. The PlayStation 5 has sold 10 million units in 35 weeks worldwide, and the Switch sold 7.12 million units, and the Xbox is at 5.92. Looking at the market share through the 35 weeks, the PlayStation is currently leading for this next gen, if you guys also include up on the Switch too as well. But we've also been seeing that too because the PlayStation's been trying to go launch up restocks and do other things too as well up in India, which is always very big, very high population. Same with China. And of course, I think they actually had way more restock numbers than Microsoft has done, also in even America and the UK. So it's very interesting. I think we actually have the UK later on today too as well. So basically, yeah, right now the PlayStation is leading on current market shares in percentages, and the PS5 has a 43% market share, which is very good. The Switch is at 31 and Xbox is at 25. But once again, though, for all the console comments, I think the PS5 and the Switch kind of matter more because they're more pure console, while the Xbox Series X and S, they also do have Microsoft and Game Pass, which they've been trying to go and sell and focus on, also available on PC. So it's nothing like these numbers may be a little bit lower on the end of it, but at the same time, PlayStation has a big legacy, very long base fans, and as well, like I said, also the PC stuff for that. And of course, the Switch also didn't reach current PS5 sales until week 34. So very nice to go into. You could actually feel like it's almost like a weird to look at this, but I think this is more so like the holiday season because I remember them being released on March, so that makes sense on that. I also want to go and compare these numbers. Through the first 35 weeks available in the US, the PlayStation 5 is ahead of the Switch and Xbox Series X and S. The PS5 is ahead of the Xbox Series X and S by about like 0.8 million units, which is kind of high, and also 1 million for the Switch. And as also the Xbox Series X and S is also doing better than the Switch, too, which is cool. The PS5 has actually sold 3.72 million in the United States, while the Xbox has done around 3 million and the Switch 2.1 million units. And as well, we also kind of see the PlayStation also currently is still leading here in America. Looking by the charts, too, it's actually, if you guys want to compare the numbers for even the Switch, which peaked out at 45 months, even with this massive upward trajectory, like the PS5's already beaten it. Like if you go towards this, like even if they just don't make a single other restock, I mean, hopefully they do. Hopefully they do. Please keep doing it. But if they literally don't even do another restock for the literally rest of this year, they'd already beat the Switch. Like that's just so you guys can see how insane those numbers are. And we still have not gone through the holiday bump. Now the European numbers are also kind of intriguing because the numbers are even higher too as well. Like this is insane. So basically the PlayStation 5 has been available 1 week less than the Xbox Series X and S in Europe. And after 34 weeks, the PS5 is ahead of the Switch by 1.75 million units and is 1.9 million units ahead of the Xbox Series X. Like this is insane, and probably why we've been seeing so many UK restocks for the PlayStation, because they are pushing this market share hugely. This is nuts. Like this is actually nuts. I like how I'm doing on the Nintendo Switch one. But yeah, the PlayStation, just in terms of that's insane. At least in comparison to Xbox. Like the Xbox seems like it's almost non-existent in comparison to the UK, which is insanity. And of course, as well, Japan's also very, very intriguing numbers. We've actually done some Japan videos back in the day, and you guys can see that they're not even trying. They're not even trying for all these. Also, I wonder if I messed. Oh, actually, I messed up the actual dialogues too, so that's my bad. Or whatever. The information still sticks. But when it comes to that, when it comes to the Japanese, that's what we just showed over here. Like this just looks like they're not even producing anything. Like that's just almost embarrassing. And it also does make sense though, because I feel like the Switch does very well in Japan. A lot of very Japanese-based games, you know, Mario, etc., even Zelda, very, very Asian dominant type style games. So you can see on how well the Switch is doing. And of course, I do think Nintendo probably has better production facilities, better production levels, and a lot more production overall. But of course, it's just kind of really sad too, and just how it's actually all around been. These numbers to me are like actually generally a little bit sad because it just doesn't seem like they actually care about the Xbox like cycle at all. Like it's just generally weird. And even look at the numbers, like 62,000 in Japan. Like that's like almost nothing. Like I'm actually genuinely surprised that we're also not seeing more Microsoft stuff up in say like India, up in like China. We have seen like a little bit of a like regional difference between Xbox and that with India. Because I think they're just trying to be the first ones in there. Same with like a little bit of China. But I just think maybe the PlayStation just has overall better production levels. And I do think that Sony's sending out a lot more consoles overall. And usually I think I do see a little bit more PS5 restocks, even say America, like for like a Walmart or Best Buy or whatever. Because even as of like as of Friday, literally they did not go and actually even have a restock for the Xbox. Well, they also did GPUs and PS5s. Now that may just be more of an inventory thing, but it does kind of seem like that's been a lot more of a trend and a lot more of a consistent trend where we are seeing more PS5 drops and a more active PlayStation 5 drops too as well. So these are very, very intriguing numbers. I do want to also go give them like a nice little side note too, that the fact that it is, at least based on pretty accurate estimations, that the PlayStation 5 has now finally crossed the 10 million unit sales this quick into their life cycle for their console. I got to give them credit. That's generally impressive, and they keep on trying to go and shoot for passing the PS4 sales, which is also majorly groundbreaking and huge numbers. And the fact that they keep this trajectory up and maybe have a very, very good Christmas season, holiday season, Black Friday season, etc., or these next few months as well, if they can kind of get their semiconductors and like all these production things going better, I can maybe see them actually hit those numbers, and it's insane. And I just also want to give like a nice note for everything, because I'm trying not to be biased, but every single also console is doing amazingly. Like you guys may be Xbox people or PlayStation people or whatever, but the one nice thing is that every single console and even PC gaming is all an up and up, and everything is doing really, really well, and the gaming world is doing extremely good. We're getting more people into gaming, and I think there just hasn't really been this much explosive growth in general, like in forever for gaming. So as a long-term gamer, I love seeing this, and I love seeing so many people actively watching things on Twitch and watching things on YouTube and watching games, etc. Like I think it's awesome. So if you guys want to leave your thoughts and comments down below at the very tail end of this one for this video, feel free to. As well, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. Subscribe for the PS5 giveaway. Amazon links down below for the PS5 disc, a digital console controller, Twitter and Twitch stream as well. Link down below. And of course, sign up for Weeble with the link down below and deposit $100. You guys go get free stock, free money. Coinbase, you guys go buy $100 worth of any cryptocurrency. You guys go and get free Bitcoin. And that's about it. Hope you guys all enjoyed this video, and leave a like in your comments down below.